Hey guys, Prowl 1701, and going into the season finale for season 2, my question to you is, what do you think about the future of Doctor Who? And there's several points we'll talk about. So, Wishworld, of course, has aired. It's part 1 of the season finale. I'm recording this before the Reality War airs. And I'm curious what your thoughts are. Let's talk about the 15th Doctor. Of course, rumors about the future of Doctor Who are all over the place. No one knows that the show is going to continue. Is Disney going to stay on? Is Gotwa going to stay? No one knows what's going on. We know we still have the war between the land and the sea coming. Don't know if that's coming in 2025 or 2026. If Doctor Who continues, more than likely it would not come in 2026. We would probably get it in 2027, so they could always use war between the land and the sea as the 2026 Doctor Who content while they work on a potential season 3. I think one of the main things we have to discuss first is the Doctor, Gotwa. Rumors are he may be leaving, that he may regenerate in the Reality War. Spoilers, I guess, leaks. No one knows for sure. That's up in the air. And to be honest, you know, rumors about regeneration are always going around about different doctors. Do you want to see Gotwa stay? Do you want to see Gotwa go? Like, what do you think of the 15th Doctor? What do you think of Gotwa as an actor? Which are two very different questions. Have you enjoyed the 15th Doctor thus far? And also keeping in mind that if Doctor Who continues after this season and he doesn't stay, then we will have the 16th Doctor. The modern series really goes through doctors. And you have all of the trepidations that come with a new casting of the Doctor, especially with Russell casting a new Doctor. But then again, he's done a pretty good job with Doctors. Eccleston was great. Tennant was definitely a great choice. Bringing Tennant back, I enjoyed for the 60th. And Gotwa is not a bad cast for the role. I enjoy him. I think he's a good actor. I'm not always pleased with some of the characteristics of his Doctor, but some of them I am pleased with. So it's not that he's ever cast a bad Doctor per se, but how would he cast the 16th Doctor? And what do you think he would cast? That doesn't make sense. Who do you think he would cast as the 16th Doctor? What would Russell be looking for? Now, me, I'm not overly particular about the 16th Doctor. I'm more concerned with casting a good actor in the role. I could see them choosing another female Doctor, which, again, is fine. I could see them choosing another non-white Doctor, also fine. I rather like that last time Russell said, or at least claims, that they interviewed all sorts of different types of people. And I think that would be the way to go. And then just cast whoever does the best audition. I like that, whether they be male, female, white, black, you know, whatever. You find out whoever just nails the audition, because it sounds like last time they had auditions, they almost gave the role to somebody else. Like they had somebody pretty locked in, and then Gotwa gave the last one and just nailed it. I'm curious who that person, I don't think they've ever said who that person who almost got it was. I wonder if they would go back to that person now, because I've always wondered who that was. And so you have the, you know, even if people who aren't as satisfied with the 15th Doctor, you have to remember that if the 15th Doctor leaves, there could be a 16th Doctor, and do you think you'll get somebody better or worse? Do you trust Russell's casting at this point? Also, yes, I've heard the Billie Piper rumors, by the way. I don't think that's accurate, and God, I hope not. I like Billie Piper. I like Rose as a character. Not one of my favorites, but I like her. But I don't ever want to see someone who's played a companion play the Doctor. I don't like that. And I think that's a silly rumor. As for me, my thoughts, I'm fine if he does in 3rd season. I'm fine if he regenerates. I'm good either way. As long as they cast somebody good to replace him, I'll be fine. But it's not the first time a Doctor's only done 2 seasons. And so I don't really have a preference either way. It's kind of just whatever happens there for me. And then, of course, the big deal of will the show continue? That seems up in the air. The ratings, of course, are the lowest they've ever been. But that's true for kind of television as a whole. Just even 5 years ago, just television is very different now. I think most of the shows have lower ratings than they used to, even Britain's Got Talent. So I understand why ratings are lower. So I don't know. I'm the kind of person that if I like a show, I'm going to watch the show. I mean, I watch Doctor Who every week. So I perfectly feel like people who want to watch Doctor Who are going to watch Doctor Who. So for me, the consolidators being that low are still a problem. But, you know, I'm not in the television industry, so I'm certainly not in the know to how all that works. And I don't claim to be like some people do, you know, where I know everything about the numbers. I don't know. As for the show itself going on hiatus, I find myself not really minding either way. I understand both camps. Some people are very much enjoying the show. They want to see it continue. I also understand the camp of people who have been the fans of this show for decades, who feel like it is basically a walking corpse at this point, or a walking puppet, and that it's just been changed so much that what's happening with it now is just tarnishing its legacy. I understand both points of view. I can see both points of view. For me, it doesn't matter either way. If Doctor Who does take a hiatus, I hope it's just a short one, like 5 to 10 years, and then comes back strong. If it gets another couple seasons, I'm also fine with that. I'm curious to see what they'll do with it. It sounds like Russell has written scripts for seasons 3 and 4, so it seems like he's going to stay a couple more years. So knowing that if everything's put in place, Russell will be back for a couple more years. That probably figures in play how you feel about it. I don't know what you think of the Russell T Davies 2 era. So it'll be interesting to find out there. And then, of course, is the Disney money going to stay if it continues? I think that's the other big thing, is whether or not Disney will want to keep co-funding Doctor Who. I think they're going to wait to see till the end of season 2. I don't think it looks good on that. Just the way they talk, I don't think it looks good on that. I could see Disney pulling out. Don't know for sure. We'll wait and see, but I think Disney would be pulling out. But Bad Wolf has also said in the past that if Disney pulls out, they still want to make the show. I think Russell rather has said that. So it sounds like they have scripts ready to go. They still want to try to produce the show. Maybe they would try to find someone to help co-fund. We'd probably still continue to get shorter seasons, if not even shorter than what we're getting now. So I think Disney will pull out. I don't know for certain, but I could see that happening. And then whether or not the show will continue will be the fallout from that. I could see they're obviously planning to try to do more. I would be all right with the season 3 and 4. That's fine. It's just, again, whether or not Gotwa stays and what they do with it and what they want to do with it. I'm a little tired of Russell's writing. I kind of want to give someone else a stab at it, to be honest. I don't like that Russell writes so much of the show. I don't like one person writing that much of the show, to be honest. I think you need to get back a couple of the classic Who writers while they're still with us. I'd love to see Ben come back. And some of the, Chris Bidmead, or however you say his last name. Even Eric Sayward, if you want a nice dark Doctor Who. Get some of these surviving authors, because we only have the 80s ones left from the classic series. While there's still time, get them to do some would be great. So yeah, I think the future is very much up in the air. I'm fine with season 3 and 4 being the 15th Doctor or a 16th Doctor. I'm fine with the show going on hiatus or continuing. And I'm fine with the Disney situation, whichever way it goes. I'm much more fired up about future collection box sets, getting season 13 hopefully next, finding out what the next one of those is going to be, because we know they're going to continue to do the collection range. I'm more excited about that. Getting more animations from missing stories from the classic series, always a priority on my list as well. So that's more what I'm focusing on, is what the future of the classic Who stuff's going to be. Animations, collection stuff. That's kind of more what my mindset is. And I'm also curious if they'll do any more edits and colorizations of 60 stories. I don't think so. I feel like the Daleks in color and the War Games in color, those are just going to be the only two we get from that. I don't think they're going to do any more. I don't feel like Russell's return to Doctor Who has been the hit win they've wanted it to be. I'm not saying it's been bad, but I don't think it's been the, you know, shot in the arm they've wanted it to be. You know, getting Doctor Who back where it was, you know, during the late 2000s, early 2010s. I think they kind of wanted that. I don't think they've gotten that. And so I feel like we're probably not going to get any more colorizations of the older stories. I'd love to be wrong, because there are several more of them I'd like to get. Dalek Invasion of Earth, Seeds of Death, yes. But I feel like the show hasn't spiked back up in popularity like they wanted when they got Russell back. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. I want to know your thoughts on this video. Comment down below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, all that fun stuff. Links to the Patreon, links to the Amazon wish list, links to the Amazon UK wish list. The P.O. box is down there in the description as well. I love getting fan mail if there's anything you'd like to send me. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons: Colin Coney, Sam Venning, Finn Perkins, and Unknown289. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. Most importantly, thank you for watching.